All right. Good morning, everybody. Looks like Scott was with us. I don't see anybody on right now, but good morning, Scott from Canada. Glad that you're with us this morning. And we're going to get started a little bit early today. Usually we start at 7, and I didn't put up the notification. I got Scout here with me. We'll be fading in and out. Hey, Tim, Mr. Blue Collar Homestead. Glad you're here this morning. How are things out there to the east of us? Hope you're doing well. Scout and I are slowly waking up here. We got some coffee. Oh, buddy. Maybe we'll get some other people on here this morning. Hey, there's Rebecca Davis. Good morning, Rebecca. Trying to see who's up this morning this early. I know it's not so early for some of you, but there's the StreamYard link if anybody wants to come up this morning. I've been meaning to do that the last few times, but I've neglected to. It's a cold day up there, huh, Scott? Well, you could have Nightbot drop the weather report for your area if you like, just like Rebecca Davis did. It's been warmer here. Last week it was really cold, but this week it didn't even drop below freezing last night, which is really kind of interesting because last week it was really cold. We had um, not quite a foot of snow, but almost. And yeah, we weren't really driving around. We didn't have mail delivered on Wednesday or Thursday last week, but everything's kind of back to normal. Got out for 2 big bicycle rides this week. Hey, good morning, Trinity. We got Mr. and Mrs. Blue Collar in here this morning. What a treat. Thank you guys for being here. Yeah, I hear you, Rebecca. No worries. Well, I just figured if any of you wanted to come up, um, you're welcome to come up. That StreamYard link is there. I'll pin it to the top so people could come up and join me. Oh, it's not a dry cold. They always say it's a dry heat here in Arizona, so it's not so bad. But if it's not a dry cold, it must be worse. Um, Trinity, type AZ. Drop is what Big Matt set up, so that works on his live streams, but doesn't work here. Just gotta type AZ. There you go. You got it. Good morning, Donna. So glad that you're here. Ohio Hunting Outdoors. Hey, good morning. I think I saw you on a live stream yesterday, and I subscribed to your channel. I think that must have been when you subscribed to ours as well. Let me know a first name or an alias that you might like to go by, or we could just call you Ohio. And I think I know what state you're from. But yeah, I've got a bunch of lists of everybody just so I can keep it kind of straight in my mind. Hey, there's Tina Ladybug. Good morning. Good morning, Tina. Yeah, so if you type in AZ, Nightbot will drop your channel link so everybody can connect to one another. Yeah, I hear you, Trendy. Not enough coffee yet. Hey, good morning, Laura. Hope you guys are doing well over there, your new place. I know you've been doing a lot of things and been really busy, so yeah, hope you guys are finding time to rest too. Okay, Hayden. Yeah, well, good to meet you, Hayden. If you're not from Ohio, you can let me know where you are from, but I'm just going to assume it's Ohio unless you tell me otherwise. Um, we've got a friend who used to be in Cincinnati. I forget where she is now, but we've known her for over 20 years. She's over there. So at the dealership where my driver's window popped out off the track. Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, my rear window is still busted from when I locked my keys in my car and went way out on the headwaters of the Verde River to go fishing, the fish and game land, and yep, I had to break my window. It's still broken. I need to go to the dealership as well. I know that feeling, Scott. All right, I am slowly waking up here, people. Thanks for bearing with me. I am keeping up on the chat. So usually we'll go live at 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, not 6 a.m. But this morning I figured, you know what, I'll give people a chance, see who's up. A lot of times, if I do a pop up live or if it's a different time, then I'll get different people in. Um, hey, there's my good friend Chuck. Good morning, Chuck. Hope you're doing well over there. And I was thinking of you this weekend. I was looking for different kinds of catfish bait and was remembering talking to you and looking at the maps and figuring out where you caught all them big catfish by your friend's land that you can go camping on right by the river there. Anyway, yeah, I was thinking of you, my friend. All right, Laura, just type in AZ. That's all you gotta type in here, and Nightbot will drop your channel link. Scott, your wallet will be much lighter after it's fixed. Yeah, but at least you'll have a window, right? Um, I wonder how much it'll cost for you. For me, I looked at the dealership, and I think the little triangle window. You know, there's a regular window that rolls up and down in the back, and then there's the triangle window right next to it, and that's the one I decided to break. And I think it's only 55 or $60 from the Toyota dealership. So um, I'm hoping to put it in myself, but I'm gonna buy all the seals and everything too, which I think the seals for it were 100 something dollars. So um, I'm not sure about that yet. All right. Um, it'd be nice to Laura, Scott. We all are trying to wake up here. Even my buddy Scout right here. Scout's here with me. Do you want some coffee, Scout? Do you want some? All right, come on. Come on. Get some coffee. Want some? So I've told the story before. With yeah, the big black river, Chuck. That's right. That's right. I've told the story before, but uh, I'll probably tell it again. Uh, no worries there, Laura. Um, um, all right, people are saying hello to one another. I don't want to miss. Yeah, people aren't as awake as usual. No worries at all. Um, so let's see. Um, yeah, so Trinity just typed in weather from New Bern, Tennessee, and Nightbot is showing the weather report there. So it's 48 degrees there. That's not bad. It's not too bad. There's not much wind. A little bit humid. Not too bad. Did Nightbot ever drop the weather for my area? I remember doing it, but then I don't remember seeing it. Yeah, there it is. I wanted to look at it. 44 degrees, yeah. So last week I think it was Oh, I don't remember. It was probably it was below freezing, I know that. Yeah, it's warm today. It was really warm yesterday. It got up to 74 degrees here, and there's snow on the ground. It's just pretty crazy. I know it's been really weird weather for a lot of you, so um, uh, uh, normally still sleeping. Well, thanks for waking up with us, Chuck or Scott. Saw Chuck's comment. I'm waking up with y'all. Um, so you've been called much worse than Chuck. All right, I need to wake up some more. But what story was I gonna talk about? Oh, Scout. He when we got him from the Humane Association, they he stunk really bad. I don't know if very many of you have rescued dogs, but we've rescued two, and both of them have stunk really bad from the rescue. And the first thing we do is give them a good bath. And so we were 2 hours away, and we didn't want to hang out in the car with the stinky dog all the way home. Stinky puppy. He was 3 months old, but they had a do-it-yourself dog washing place right down the street. We looked for one on whatever it was online, and so we found out that there was one. And uh, Danielle, let's see, we had just gotten coffee before we went and picked him up, and she had her coffee sitting in the cup holder up front, and no lid on it. And he at 3 months old, started lapping up her coffee. And so we thought he was thirsty, offered him water. He didn't want water, he wanted coffee. So um, he loves coffee. Then we gave him a bath and we took him home. Uh, Kenneth, the Kentucky fam. I think you've been in here before on our live streams, Kenneth. Yeah, thanks for reminding people to hit the thumbs up. But I don't see you on my list. Maybe you're on here and I'm just missing it. I need to put all these in alphabetical order so I can check everybody's names. But Kenneth, the Kentucky fam, if you want to be called anything else, if there's a different name or alias you'd like to be called, let us know. Otherwise, we'll just refer to you as Kenneth. And I take it you're from Kentucky. So I just try to write down where people are from in the world and what they would like to be called. Hey, thanks for putting up Kenneth the Kentucky Fam's channel link, Scott. I really appreciate that. We can all connect to one another. Hey, there's Zany May. Good morning, Zany May from Florida. Hope you're doing well. Um, we'll call you Kenneth then. That sounds good. Lexington, Kentucky. Awesome. Well, we're really glad to have you in here this morning, Kenneth. This is earlier than we usually go live. We usually go live uh, in 40 minutes at 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Tim says, my mother in law gave our dog a piece of ham one Easter, and the car stunk really bad on the way home from him farting. Dog farts are the worst, right? I've got a story. Um, I didn't write down all of the things that happened this week, but we had a few. Maybe I'll remember them as time moves on. I can't get distracted from the chat too much in order to remember what I'm talking about. And I do need another sip of coffee. This is our home roasted coffee, by the way. We don't always drink our home roasted coffee, but we often do. And we will be doing a giveaway I know I've mentioned it before and I haven't done it yet, but to celebrate our 1,000 subscribers, we will be giving away some of our home roasted coffee, and whoever wins can choose whether they want us to grind it for them or if they want whole beans, and we'll ship that anywhere in North America. So, all right. So, I'm sorry to hear about that, Zany May. That's a bummer. Breaking a finger. I have broken. Let's see. Broken this thumb multiple times. I've broken these two fingers, and both wrists multiple times. So I know how it is. Hey, what are you doing? Scout just made a U-turn. He wanted to face the other way. Good boy. Um, so I'll tell you a little story about Scout. It was pretty gross this week. So if you're eating breakfast, you might want to mute your device. Um, but uh, I was eating a late night snack right before bed, and Danielle likes to have the dogs come up on the couch only if she has a blanket. I must say that's her rule. If she has a blanket, then they can come up. If there's no blanket, then dogs cannot be on the couch. But she had a blanket on her legs and asked Scout to come up and lay up on the couch, and so he did. And I'm kind of sitting at Danielle's feet on the last cushion of the sofa that's not taken up by Danielle, the blanket, and the dog. And Scout, of course, is facing towards her, and so I got the business end of him, and he uh, he gets scared. He had an incident once where he hurt his tail, and his tail. If you guys haven't seen it, his tail kind of goes up in a curl, like a what Akita or I don't know some of those other dogs that have curly tails, huskies, I guess. Um, but he hurt his tail once, and he's been sensitive about it ever since. For about 2 weeks, his tail wasn't up; it was down, and he looked super sad because his tail's always up when he's wagging it. Um, he he hurt his tail for 2 weeks, and ever since then, he's been super sensitive about people even getting close to his tail. So I sat down on the couch, and everything was fine. We're sitting there, we're watching YouTube on the TV, and learning about something is possibly quail or lambs. Those are the two things that we aren't doing right now that we're hoping to do in the future. And uh, I shifted or something on the couch, gave Scout cause for alarm, and uh, he flinched and expressed his anal glands, and it was not good. I was totally grossed out and had to change my clothes. I was all ready for bed, and we couldn't see anything. There wasn't any obvious signs that there were visual signs or anything, but there was sure a sign to our nose that something had happened. And Scout was aware of it as well. And he got down and he was ashamed. But yeah, he expressed his anal glands on the couch and on the blanket and on me, and on my food. And so, yeah, Tim, thanks for reminding me about that lovely story. I'm glad I could share it with y'all. Um, oh, that's weird, Rebecca. I don't know why that link isn't up there. I thought I pinned it. Let's see. Hmm, I don't know. It should have been pinned. Um, all right, let's see. Let's see. I'm missing stuff here. Um, Thank you. You don't know how many folks will include us in the North, but we want our watch hours and watch the ads. Um, Hold your hand out when closing the cabinet. Oh no. Oh, you didn't pull your hand out when closing the cabinet. Hey, Beth Ann. Glad to have you here. I forget where you're from, so I'm going to look at my notes and see if I have you on here and can make heads or tails out of where you might be. I know we've had you in here before. Maybe that's just been other people's live streams. Beth Ann, if there's a place that you would like to share where you're located, that would be great. I don't see you on here, so forgive me if I have gotten it and haven't written it down. But yeah, if there's a location in the world where you're from, then go ahead and let us know that. Um, you don't have to though. And if there's something else that you'd rather be called, then Beth Ann, let us know that as well. All right. Yeah, that was a gross story. Sorry about that, everyone. Hey, good morning, Lynette. I'm glad that you're here. Um, I'm sure you'll accomplish a lot, Chuck. Yeah, I want to see some more music videos, Chuck. That's my request. I love them. I don't think I saw your part two yet, actually. Forgive me, my allergies are pretty bad. Today and yesterday have just been horrible. My eyes and my nose and throat just been really bad. Same finger I broke years ago downhill skiing. Ouch. That must have not been in Florida. That must have been elsewhere. Um, oh yeah, Beth Ann. You're my neighbor. Awesome. Glad that you're here this morning. Do you still have snow on the ground wherever you are? We have just a little bit left here in the shady areas. Oh yeah, Cottonwood. I'm thinking about our Southwest meetup, and I'm thinking that Cottonwood or somewhere in the Verde Valley would be a good place for people to meet up in the fall. Just thinking about all of the deciduous trees down there next to the Verde River, and how pretty it is. All right, Tim, take care. Yep, I understand about needing to take care of your responsibilities, like getting the kids to school. No worries there. Thanks for joining in. Appreciate it, Tim. Um, all right. Armin HVAC. Morning, Freddie. Glad that you're here. Other people are saying good morning to you as well. Yeah, I bet your weather has been beautiful down in Cottonwood. So I just heard that in Cornville, there's a new bike next to I think it's the elementary school, Oak Creek Elementary, maybe. There's a new bike park, bike track. It's about to open. Anyway, it's exciting. We do a lot of bicycle riding here in this household. So, and my boys are 12 and 14. So something like that is a huge blessing to them and a great way to keep the kids, you know, off all the devices and screen time. I know we're having screen time right now, and it's great to be able to connect with y'all. But I highly encourage, and this group of people, you people who watch our channel and are connected to us, I don't need to tell you twice about getting outside. You guys are always out there doing stuff out in the gardens and and all that. So uh, yeah, but then I think more and more I think about it, the more and more I think that Cottonwood would be a good place. Prescott would be nice, and any of the Quad Cities up here. But you know what? Because people come up here to vacation, and I don't know, Cottonwood's probably the same way. But um, I think that maybe hotels might be cheaper over there for other people who want to come from out of the area. But I don't know. Maybe let me know if that's a bad idea. If the hotels, I haven't looked into it yet. Um, yeah, Cornville is very nice. Yeah, I think Cornville is gonna really explode though, and not be quite the agricultural area that it is as Sedona continues to expand. But it's so close to Sedona, how could it not, right? Uh, but I don't know. Pure Pondering. Good morning, Pure Pondering. Yeah, Mojave County. Well, thanks for listening while you work. I know you're one of our neighbors too, and yeah, talking about the Southwest Homesteader Meetup that we're hoping to have this fall sometime, maybe the end of summer. It'd be fun if we could catch them on the end of monsoons, and yet I will probably be doing the velvet um, mule deer buck archery season hunt sometime in there too. So that's one of the things I'm trying to figure out is um, when we should do that. So um, would love to have you join us, Pure Pondering. Um, and of course, Beth Ann too. She's down there in Cottonwood and Yavapai County. Um, yeah, it's good to finally have so many people from Arizona finding our channel and joining us. That was one of my goals in the beginning. Was that when I searched YouTube and was looking for homestead stuff, you know, most of the people I found were just down in the valley or Tucson, um, really out in dry parts, hot parts of the desert. And although um, those are good things to know about how to do that, and they do apply to us somewhat. I didn't find anybody really up in the high desert doing too much homestead stuff. So I figured, you know, if nothing else, we can chronicle all of our failures and maybe help people avoid um, doing what we did. They don't have to experiment as much. So, but we figured some stuff out. Mostly that you need to get um, plant matter into the soil. That's the biggest thing we figured out here. The more you can do that, the better off you'll be. But it's hard at this time of year. We still haven't figured out exactly what we would do again in the winter to be doing gardening as much. But we do have some things growing in the garden still. Um, our kale, Swiss chard, um, cilantro, our broccoli is all done. And actually, Danielle took out our kale recently. Um, because it was getting we were having bug issues. So I don't know how that happens when it gets down to 10 degrees, but um, yeah. Anyway, now we're doing a lot more indoor experimentation and things like that with um, cuttings, and you guys probably know about my elderberries cuttings if you've watched many of our videos lately. But yeah, we're learning a lot of stuff about how to grow stuff inside. One of our struggles lately. Let me catch up with the comments first. Probably a good central location. New Springville Suites getting finished. Yeah, I figured because you guys are on the 17 between Flagstaff and Phoenix. You know, it's probably good, and people who want to visit Sedona, the Grand Canyon, why they're here. You know, it's not too far away. Anyway, thanks, Beth Ann. Thanks for the feedback there. And if you ever want to message us and let us know or comment on a video and say, hey, you know, these hotels are pretty decent, and they've got good prices, or hey, there's a venue here where we could all meet up, or something, or a big park or whatever. We probably need to get a permit, because that's just how stuff works. But I don't know. We could do all kinds of stuff. So let me know if you have any ideas, Beth Ann, since you're the boots on the ground in the Verde Valley for us. Um, yeah, yeah. Well, it'll be coming. I talk about it quite a bit on these live streams. Um, but what is this, Scott? Furry cows. What did I miss? Furry cows. I don't know. Hashtag furry cows. Um, They're set to go to Kentucky Meetup in September. Belinda asked me if you're going to be there. Told her, yeah, you know what? We'd love to come, but with the single income, that's not YouTube, by the way. A lot of people wonder if we make money on YouTube, and I do have another channel for the mountain biking. It's called Ride Alongside. If you guys are interested in it, you don't need to post it up, Scott. Scott posted up a link to it before, but we do make a little bit of money on that. I think right now we're making like $30 a month or something on it. But that doesn't pay for me to go to the Kentucky meetup. That's my point. So maybe someday we'll be able to travel more and take more time off. But yeah, tell Belinda I'd love to be there, but we're we're not able to make it this time. I spent over 4 years binging on desert gardening videos before I started getting serious about gardening last year. Yeah. Hey, Coastal Water, good morning. Listening at work. Yeah. Hey, I like the logo, by the way. Um, that's awesome. What does it say? Deep Ocean? That's awesome. Um, well, tell Backlash hello for me too when you talk to him today. Um, I'm not much of a homesteader though, just lots of gardening and prep stuff. But I'm an older widow. Well, Beth Ann, you know what? That's kind of like us, to be honest. I mean, um, I'm not a widow, but we, my wife, really Danielle, she's become an amazing gardener, and she's learned a lot in the last few years. Um, but we just have a garden and chickens, and we've got some fruit trees, and we're on less than a half an acre, and yeah, we're learning as much as we can and trying to share it with others, and just learning from a lot of these people in the chat that are teaching us all kinds of stuff, and we can never stop learning. So that's really what it is. More than a homesteader, I would call us a continual learner, I guess, of how to grow food. Um, but yeah, we do some prep stuff too. We don't talk about it too much on our channel, but we prep more to be able to garden when there's shortages or supply issues. That's kind of our style of prepping. I know that there's lots of different things that you can focus on for prepping. Um, we don't really have a bunker. We don't have a whole lot of the prep stuff that a lot of people have, but we do prepare to feed ourselves and our community, our neighbors. That's one thing we feel led to do is to eventually produce enough food to sustain ourselves and hopefully my parents when we move on a property with them, and then our neighbors as well. We hope to have more than we can eat. Two of my green beds are coming up nicely. Nice. Glad to hear it, Pure Pondering. If you have a first name that you'd like to share with us, Pure Pondering, let me know. I don't think I've written it down. Takes me a while to check these lists. We're getting so many great people joining us on these live streams. Um, I'll just call you Pure Pondering unless you give me a alias or or a first name that you want to share. I've learned cinnamon is cheap, fast way to drive off bugs. Yeah, I've heard that too. I haven't tried it, Scott, but I've heard that as well, especially fungus gnats in the soil. So fungus gnats will typically be on indoor plants when you overwater them and the surface of the soil stays wet. A lot of people bottom water so that they don't get as many fungus gnats. So um, that's awesome, Scott. Yeah, a meetup in Canada would be great. Do you know who all is going to be there besides you? Um, yeah, I think you just sprinkle it on there, Chuck. I think you just sprinkle on the cinnamon. Beach flower. Good morning. I'm so glad that you're here. I think you're new to our channel, so let us know if there's a first name or alias that you'd like to be called besides Beach Flower, and what part of the world you're from. Um, so good to meet you. Yeah, I figured Big Matt helped with the logo. It looked like it might have been his work. He does great work getting logos done for people. Hey, good morning, Julie from the UK. Glad that you're here. Farmer Brad, on Monday my brooder almost caught the barn. Oh no. I'm glad it didn't catch the barn on fire, Brad. Growing an artichoke. So far so good. So we've got I think 5 or 6 artichokes that have overwintered, and Danielle was experimenting with not putting straw on them. So I've got a video about putting straw on our strawberries and insulating the strawberries, and we also insulated our asparagus that we've got in a raised bed. But we didn't put straw on the artichokes, and I told her, I said, I think we probably should. But she said, no, I want to see what they'll do. So I know that at least one of them looks really green still, and it got down to 10 degrees here. That was the coolest temperature we got. I was able to catch the issue before it became too bad. I'm so sorry, Farmer Brad. That's a that's a huge bummer, man. Was it a heat lamp that caught something on fire? Please share that with all of us so that um, we can learn and just double check our setups and make sure. Um, Kate, all right, Kate. Um, Kate from Mojave County. Well, it's good to meet you, Kate. Glad that you're here. Absolutely, I prep to have jams and preserves all winter. Plus, I got extra food, but folks are looking negative on prepping. Yeah, I know, Scott. I was in the Boy Scouts when I was younger, and they always talked about being prepared, and I don't know. Boy Scouts back in the day, it was looked upon so fondly by so many in the community. Like that's such a great thing to be prepared and learn about citizenship and learn about the outdoors and everything. And um, I don't know how that's a bad thing. Just being prepared. Um, Plumbing is good after snowbirds leave. Yes. Mosquito pellets steep like tea. Yeah. So um, beach flower. Thank you from Galveston Island, Texas. Nice. Nice. In South Texas. It's awesome. So, yeah, the mosquito dunks, they are technically a pesticide. So if you're doing organic stuff, a lot of people say that's not organic if you are using mosquito pellets. Um, but they do work, especially yeah for um, those soil pests. But it is a type of bacterium, I think. Um, anyway, it's it's more natural than other pesticides, and it's way better. Right? People put those in cattle troughs and all kinds of stuff, and it seems to be fine for all the animals and everything. The Canada meetup is May 7th. Thor Ram, myself, at least a dozen bigger channels and smaller channels. Nice. Well, I'm looking forward to that, Scott. That's near my son's birthday, so I'll remember. Um, all right. Hey, Sunshine's in here. Good morning, Sunshine. Glad that you're here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, our boys, um, our boys got involved with something like Boy Scouts a few years back, but yeah, we actually have a real good Boy Scout troop in our town. Apparently, we have a lot of friends that have their sons in it, but yeah, it's not something that we're interested in now, unfortunately. Um, Unfortunately, Boy Scouts has changed. I'll just leave it at that. Um, Good morning. Let's see. What is it? Super 99. Super 99 from Fort Worth, Texas. Glad to have you here. Um, if there's a name that you'd like to go by or an alias, just let us know. Um, yeah, a few new Texans joining us. This is great. A lot of our friends are in Texas. Hey, good morning, off the wall prepper. Glad that you're here. I got your email, by the way, that you're not doing the battle board tonight. So I didn't reply to that, but I did get the email. So thanks for letting me know. And we'll just do it another time. It's no big deal. But glad you stopped in for the live stream. Hope you're doing well. I caught a little bit of your live stream this morning before I had to go. Um, all right, people are saying hello to one another. Yeah, and if you type AZ, Nightbot will drop your channel link like this. I actually super haul today. Okay, I understand. Yep, we'll do it soon. No problem. So I owe Off the Wall Prepper a video, and I'll be showing how I set up this command AZ to drop to have Nightbot drop your channel link, and then hey, we got Jeremiah in here as well this morning. Good morning, Jeremiah. Bullfrog Backyard Homestead. Um, Jeremiah, I forget where you're from. I know I've written it down, but yeah, I'd like to have a lot of others connect to you. So type AZ so that they can get your can subscribe to your channel as well. If you type in weather and a town nearby your place or any town that you like to know the weather report, Nightbot will drop your the town's weather report that you typed in. So there we go. Jeremiah's typing AZ to get Nightbot to drop his channel link. So please go check out Bullfrog Backyard Homestead and subscribe to their channel if you haven't already. So there's the weather report for Chino Valley. Since I typed in weather Chino Valley, and if there's another town named similar, like Portland, Oregon, or Portland, Maine, you do need to type in the state to make sure it's the right city or town that you're intending. So 35 degrees up in Chino Valley, the wind's blowing. So Chino Valley is one of the areas that's very it's an agricultural hotbed. There's lots of cowboys up there and farmers, and lots of properties that we're considering. So G Mama Grows, good morning. Glad that you're here. Um, yeah, Pure Pondering is having Nightbot drop their channel. It's Kate over in Mojave County. I repeat it enough, I'll remember it hopefully. Weather in Kingman, Arizona. Conditions are clear. Temperature of 51, not bad. Light wind, very light wind. And low humidity. Arizona, baby. Yep, Jeremiah was a bullfrog. I think that's how he got his channel name, maybe. My Renaissance grandma. Hey, good morning. We're so glad that you're here. If there's a first name or alias you'd like to go by, Renaissance grandma, let us know. Did I write your name down before? I feel like I've seen you in chats before. I don't know if I've seen you in our chat, but um, lots of great people from Missouri in here. And you know what? If there's Off the Wall Prepper having Nightbot drop his channel link, go check out Off the Wall Prepper if you guys haven't already. Lots of good content over there, and some great comedy too. And Sunday mornings, Off the Wall Prepper has some good um, gospel and praise music going on over there, and it's one of my favorite live streams that he does, if not the favorite. I love it. It's great. Um, gets gets me ready for going to church actually, because earlier than our church. So Vanessa, okay, Vanessa. Oh, the chat jumped. There we go. Vanessa, my Renaissance grandma. Awesome. So glad that you're here, Vanessa. All right, I'm getting a lot of people's names and their locations and all that on here. It's so great to know all of you. Um, did you get a bunch of snow last week? Yes, we got almost a foot in some spots. Yeah, we probably got 5 to 8 inches here, and it's almost all melted now. Yeah, we will probably get snow again. Um, oh yeah, get that stuff, that stuff inside. I know we've been having to shuffle very quickly. Hey, we got Jesse and Lisa in the house. Yeah, Jesse, you're reminding me of something I need to do here. Hang on, folks. Um, Give me just a moment. I need to do something with my YouTube uh, channel real quick. Um, just bear with me. I forgot to do this earlier, but um, I need to do something real quick. I did not have the mod father as one of my moderators, so it's my favorite. Every Sunday, yep, every Sunday, Off the Wall Prepper has a live stream, and we get our worship on, and it's great. People are so positive, and it's just a good time. So I appreciate that, Off the Wall Prepper. I know I've mentioned it before, but keep it up, please. Um, and yeah, go check that out if you guys haven't already. So um, it's a great group that we have here. There are some amazing people in this chat. If you guys haven't connected to the most of these people, I know and I've watched their videos, and they're great channels. They're very supportive, and are just really trying to build community. And I can't say enough good things. So, yeah, go check out everybody's channels. If you haven't had Nightbot drop your channel link yet, please type in AZ, and Nightbot will drop your channel link so others can connect to you. And then go watch each other's videos, leave a couple sentences about the video and what you liked, and let them know that you're new to their channel and that you're looking forward to watching more of their videos. And then your subscription will stick. So make sure to do that. I see some emojis. I guess I should mention, don't use too many emojis. It's not good for our channel. It's not good for your channel. We didn't have any snow stick, but it's nice to look at. Yeah, I agree. That's one of the things I love about Arizona snow is that it's here and it's beautiful, but then it doesn't hang out for too long. Off the Wall Prepper says, this Sunday, if weather permits, we'll be having our faith get together deep in the forest with God's creation. Nice. I was just sharing with we've got a bicycle ministry group, and I was sharing with them yesterday about how God says, be still and know that I am God. And we're talking about what that really means. And a lot of times it's just taking a moment to think of him. And I was out on a night bicycle ride with all of our lights on Tuesday night, and we were way out in the middle of nowhere in the national forest, and we looked up, and the stars were so bright it was almost too bright. It was almost like somebody needed to turn them down because they're so bright. And we'd been looking with our lights the whole time, so our eyes hadn't been adjusted. But getting out there often helps you have that moment to be still in your mind, right? Be still in your mind for a moment and know that He is God. So, anyway, I hope that encourages some of you to just take a moment in your day, even if you're not outside, even if you're at a computer all day or something like that, or you're stuck inside or you're driving a truck or whatever it is. Um, take a moment, maybe put it on your calendar, just to have a moment to say, I live in this universe that God created. I live on this planet that He created. There's so many millions of people, and He loves me. He loves you so much that He sent His Son to die in your place so that your sins can be forgiven. All right, I got to catch up on the chat here. It's good to see everybody talking to one another. Um, hey, Homestead Aquarius, did I miss you coming in here? I did. Morning, Robert. Glad that you're here. Um, it's been a while since I've seen you very often, so I hope everything's well, and it's good to see you again. Um, hey, we got Pathways Homestead in here. If you guys haven't subscribed to Pathways Homestead, make sure you do that. Cindy and Gary over there have some really good content, and they've got a lot of experience. So, yeah, go check them out. Their channel link is right there. Nightbot dropped it. Off the Wall says, yes, Beth Ann, let's hope it don't rain. You can hang out with the rabbits and the deer. Awesome. All right, I'm just plowing ahead through the comments here. Sorry if I missed anything or missed anybody new coming in. I'm trying to catch up here. Yeah, Jesse, it was pretty crazy, to be honest. It was really dark where we were, and so the light shined all that much brighter, if you know what I mean. Asking everyone, what year did you start your channel? So we started ours in late 2019, I think, early 2020. I think it was, yeah, late 2019. But yeah, so Zany May's asking everybody, what year did you start your channel? Thanks, Freddie. Yeah, God is good all the time. Chuck, your channel's pretty new. Man, look at the mod father going for it. You know what, Jesse? I just noticed that you just changed your logo recently too, didn't you? I don't remember it being quite like that. I remember there being blue in it or something. Well, it's hard to remember when you see a logo or icon change what it used to look like. So, hey, good morning, Carrie. Glad that you're here. And I forget where you're from, Carrie, but I know I've written down your name. I think so. Oh, you're in Arizona too, right? I don't know what part or if you shared that, but yeah, we were talking about a meetup here, and for the Southwest homesteaders, YouTubers, preppers, gardeners. There'll probably be some hunters and fishermen in here too. Fishermen and fisherwomen. I think you just call them all fishermen, but anyway, I don't know. I've got a scout here with me this morning. If you guys didn't hear about that, he was in on the stream in the very beginning. The skies in Arizona are incredible. Absolutely. Hey, there's Matthew, Backlash Fisherman. Hello, brother. How are you doing this morning? I saw your better half in here earlier. Started OTWP in 2021. Been video editing and making since 2001. Nice. I didn't know OTWP was so new. You got a whole bunch of subscribers. It's awesome. You put a lot of work into that for sure, OTWP. So keep it up. Started your channel in March 2019. All right, so just a little bit before us then. Uh, Backlash Fisherman's having Nightbot drop the weather report for his area in North Carolina. We got Camp Silky in the house. Good morning, Camp Silky. Just started your channel in 2022. Peoria, Arizona. All right. Not that it really matters or that you need to tell me exactly where you're located, but I appreciate that, Carrie. For people in our state, it's nice to know, how close people are to us. So yeah, we're talking about maybe having a meetup in the Verde Valley some weekend in the fall. Um, all right, let's see. Um, Technically, my oldest video is 12 years old. Wow, Jeremiah, that's a long time back. Started our channel in 2014, didn't start posting until 2021. All right, Jesse. Yeah, I'm too ADD to do a channel. Well, that's kind of the nice thing about the live streams. You get people in here, and I get off on all these rabbit trails based on people's comments, like like Tim, Mr. Blue Collar Homestead, mentioned dog farts in the car, and so then I had to share about Scout's little mishap with his anal glands on the couch. That was nasty. Sorry if anybody was eating breakfast. You guys probably just left. Maybe you came back after that story. I don't know. Hopefully, I didn't lose subscribers. Uh, Jesse, you're awesome. Thanks for posting people's channel names. I mean, people, you should be just typing in AZ. It's easier than Jesse putting up your channel link, but uh, I appreciate it, Jesse. Did I miss Annette Camp? Is there another channel in here that I didn't catch? I don't know. I'm sorry, Annette Camp, if you're in here. But Jesse, good work, my friend. Appreciate it. Been prepping since '92 when I went through LA riots and got broke into. I lived there in '98. After getting out of the Navy, yeah, off the wall prepper. It's what's so funny, not funny. What's so um, striking to me is that people don't consider other experiences that people have been through, like going through the LA riots, right? Being in the center of that will change your viewpoint on being prepared, right? Where I was talking about Boy Scouts earlier and their motto is be prepared, right? And when I was a Boy Scout, you had to have the 10 essentials with you at all times, pretty much. You never knew when you would need your first aid kit or an extra piece of food or a extra layer, right? Because it started raining or it got cold or a whistle, right? You get lost, you blow a whistle, or a way to start fire, right? A compass, all the 10 essentials, right? But if let's keep using Boy Scouts for an example, we went on 7-day backpacking trips, 50 miles through the Sierra Nevada, and it was amazing. It was truly awesome. I love that. But there were some experiences that some of us had that others didn't. So, for instance, I was, um, still am, but at that time, uh, in my early teenage years, especially from probably 12 to 16 when I started driving, not interested in fishing quite as much, was more interested in other things. But from 12 to 16, I was a fishing fool. I was fishing all the time, every spare minute I had. And when we went up in the Sierras, I caught a ton of fish. No joke. Scout got the business end again. Um, I was on a log crossing a stream, and it was a log that was getting some of the splash of the creek that went up and over rocks and splashed on that log. Well, that log is my only way to get across the creek and get to the other side. And there was some pool I wanted to hit that was far away, and it was all wet meadow and marshy and stuff on the other side. And I wanted to get to that deep pool, so I walked across this log, and I was in these sandals, the Tiva sandals, that strap all around your feet. We'd bring those so that we had secure footing through creek crossings and things like that. But uh, anyway, I'm crossing over this log and it's kind of wet and the bark's off of it. Right, it's just smooth wood, and I knew it would probably be slippery, so I was being a little bit careful. But I had good footing, and then all of a sudden I slipped, and there was a broken branch sticking up, and my foot, the arch of my foot, slammed against that, and I got pierced really good in the arch of my foot. And we're way out, right? No communications. There's no cell phones in those days, and I had my first aid kit with me, um, and I did my best to just use some band aids and get that thing to close up. Fortunately, my dad's a veterinarian, and he was with us on that trip, and he was able to look at it and help me clean it up a little bit more. It was really close to, I mean, it probably should have had some sutures, but I didn't want him to sew me up. We didn't have any, anesthetic or anything like that. So um, we just kind of bandaged it up and hoped for the best. And I had to hike on it, and it felt fine. I don't remember it really hurting all that much, but that experience, just like being in the middle of the LA riots for you, off the wall prepper, caused me to prepare in different ways than other people probably would for the future, because I wasn't expecting to have to patch up a big puncture wound on my foot that day. It just wasn't something that crossed my mind that would happen. But since that happened, I've been more prepared on all my mountain bike rides. I bring a quick clot sponge to clot a real bad um, trauma. I bring Tegaderm to as a skin patch. I bring sutures. I bring all kinds of stuff. The Some stuff that I hopefully will never have to use, but some stuff that I bring just just because I've had different experiences than all of you have, and you've had different experiences than I have. So to think that, oh, you shouldn't be worried about prepping, and if you are, then whatever, right? And people make some comments. Scott was talking about that earlier, that it's really looked down on by some to be prepping, right? Well, we know that it's you get ostracized by choosing a different lifestyle, right? Growing your own food is a great example of that as well, because a lot of people say, why would you do that? Why would you waste your time growing food? You can just go to the grocery store, you big dummy. Yeah, sure, you can go to the grocery store. It's never going to be as good of food, and you don't know where it comes from, where it was, how it was grown, what was used, what kind of soil it was grown in, so on and so forth. And it's not as fresh, right? So for some people, it's just different priorities. But for us, we know our experiences, and um, not being welcomed by some because we chose to do something different is nothing new. Um, Being a Christian is really that kind of story as well. Hey, I'm sorry, Sunshine. I'm sorry I made you cringe. Yeah, it was a rough experience. I think I was probably 13 or 14 on that trip. Um, but yeah, stuff happens. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry. It's a harsh story. But anyway, um, yeah, we have different. Uh, I understand, Beth Ann. Have a good day in Cottonwood over there. Um, and let's see. I think I'm getting caught up on these comments. Um, I used to keep a rod and reel in my truck all the time. Nick used to fish nearly every day. That's not a bad idea. I might have to do something like that. I have more of a general spinning rod and reel that I could keep in the truck all the time, but I don't drive all that far. Usually we're just hanging out at home. To be honest, we do everything from home. Thanks everyone. I started posting videos 15 years ago. Started a channel 8 years ago. That's awesome, Sandy May. You've been on YouTube for a long time. Um, All right. I'm trying to catch up on the comments. I'll get started on a story and then I'll miss all these comments. Yeah, breaking windows and such. You're right, Chuck. Yeah, having different life experiences cause you to want to be prepared in different ways, for sure. Off the wall Pepper says the LA riots were eye opening. When your home gets broken in, makes you evaluate your home and surroundings, be more alert of your surroundings. So important. Yeah. Um, so working downtown in San Diego for over a decade caused me to realize I don't want to be anywhere near a major urban center. uh, it caused me to prepare in ways that I never really thought of. But you get stuck in a traffic jam, cell phone towers go out because there's too many people stuck in one place because there's a major accident on just one of the major freeways that gets out of that town uh, or that city center. And you realize real quickly that you're stuck and there's nothing you can do. And whatever you've got with you is whatever you got and nothing more. So actually, that caused me to become a ham radio operator, realizing cell phone towers are unreliable. And now Danielle and I can talk to one another over ham radios if we need to. We're usually home together now, so we don't practice that nearly enough. But that was one of the things. Um, uh, I'm seeing a comment from Jesse making me laugh. Um, but the other thing I did was I make maps for my day job, and I printed out all kinds of different maps, different scales too. So zoomed in or zoomed out, I print them out because if the cell tower down, you don't have whatever Google Maps or whatever mapping app you use on your phone, and um, there's there's all kinds of stuff I could talk about with maps, different apps that you can use. You can download or cache different base maps and aerial photos and stuff like that. But if you don't know how to navigate around uh, a roadblock, you're stuck. You have no idea, right? If you're going down a dead end or if this road connects to that road or whatever, unless you've been down it before or you've studied every road in your area, and you don't know. So anyway, that caused me to want to get out of an urban center. Um, that was the main reason was because of just it's a trap, man. So anyway, that's my perspective on that. Um, so Nick, you're telling us you're another tool, Tim the Toolman Taylor in Arizona, eh? Sure. um, Not really. I can MacGyver some stuff, sure. Um, Everyone thinks I'm crazy for purchasing a lot of fruit trees. Yeah, you know what, Sunshine, even if you do have a ton of fruit trees, what's the worst thing that could happen? I mean, you got to harvest the fruit and give it away to neighbors and love your neighbor. Psh, that sounds awesome. Oh, zombie prepper, what's up? Glad you're in the house. Thanks for joining us. Um, Now Chuck keeps it in the truck. Hey, cats every day now. Uh, I'm an Abu Garcia fan. Ugly Stick love to catfish on the rivers. Oh, off the wall prepper. We've got so much in common, my friend. So my sons were looking to get into bait casting rod and reel, and Ugly Stick is what I recommended my oldest son get when we were going through one of the stores. Maybe it was Walmart or Sportsman's Warehouse or something, but he had money burn a hole in his pocket and he didn't have a good spinning rod, so he bought that. But yeah, we all three of us found a good deal on Abu Garcia bait casting reels, so we all added another rod to our collection just recently, last year, I think. They call me Sunshine. Will you ask? They will ask you if you can give them some fruit. Yeah, that's for sure. People will be asking you that if you have fruit trees. Fruit is expensive. It's so good. So one of the things that we do with our fruit trees is we try to get different varieties that ripen at different times because we always have too much fruit all at once. In the summertime when the fruit starts ripening, it's like if you have whatever, 10 peach trees, right? And they're all the same variety. You're gonna get so many peaches that unless you're ready to can everything, which for us that's one of the hard things is that preserving it all when it's all ripe and you've got a garden going on, that's difficult. So apple trees are a little bit better, right? Because they're a little bit later in the season, but having different varieties that ripen at different times, that's one of the best pieces of advice I can give to people who are putting in fruit trees is try to get them so they're staggered, even just a week or two apart. It really helps your harvesting and eating and sharing with people. Um, so I didn't live in Coronado, but I lived in Mira Mesa for probably 5 years. That's where we had our second garden. Danielle and I bought our first house in La Mesa in San Diego, and we had our first garden there, and it was amazing. Although we had a lot of black widow spiders that would tend to web and nest under our zucchini and other squash plants. I don't know if anybody else has had that issue, but I remember at that house especially, it was really bad, and our boys were super young. Noah was he was born and brought to that home, so that was the first home actually that was the first home both of our boys lived in. It was in La Mesa, and we had black widows. I remember going out at night waiting for the spiders to come out underneath our deck and killing the spiders. We didn't want to spray anything. We're totally organic as much as possible, and we didn't want to spray at all. And so I went out there with a flashlight and a stick, and I would twist the stick in their webs and then poke the spider, and it made a dent in them, but they never went away. I grew up on our family farm in the Ozark Hills, Arkansas. My papa would tell mama, just papa would tell mama, just clean and butterfly it. Don't have time or money for the doctor. Uh, yeah. Um, that's one of that's a good thing to practice, right? You never know. I mean, mm, all of our urgent cares here are closed on Sundays. The hospital's open on Sundays, but you don't get seen for hours and hours because it's Sunday and everybody's there. So, uh, yeah, practice that. It's a good thing to learn how to use what you've got on hand to fix yourself up, patch yourself. I'm plowing through the comments. Hey, Barb's here. Good morning, Barb. Barb, you're in Iowa, right? So Barb bends over acres. By the way, I owe you a huge thank you, Barb, for letting us know about heating the water. I forgot to plug in the heater for our chicken water, and I plugged in the heater for our chicken coop. But our chickens stopped laying eggs for months. And Barb mentioned, are your chickens getting heated water? And although it hadn't been freezing, we have insulated Farmer Brad chicken water, and it's got a heater in it too. I hadn't plugged it in yet, and that was a big mistake. And Barb reminded me, plug in your chicken water. They really need the warm water more than they need a heater in their coop, because she doesn't use a heater in her coop, and it gets real cold there. So we did that, and sure enough, our chickens are laying so many eggs right now, even though it got down to 10 degrees Fahrenheit here. So, Barb, I owe you a huge thank you. Thank you very much. I will never forget that. And that's what it's all about, my friends. It is all about teaching and helping and showing everybody on YouTube what you've learned. And yeah, I'll never forget that, Barb. Thank you so much. Heather Lynn, good morning. Appreciate you being here. Took first and foreman, big fish. Oh man, we need to go fishing. Uh, it'd be fun to go over there and fish with you and Chuck and whoever else is over there in Missouri, Arkansas, Mississippi. Got a lot of friends over there where you guys are. Hey, we got Steven in the house this morning. If you guys aren't subscribed to Steven's channel, you need to be. He's got so many great technical tips about YouTube, video editing, and Nightbot, and all kinds of good stuff. But yeah, everybody saying good morning to Steven. What time is it? Oh man, 5 minutes behind on comments. You know how it goes. Um, all right, looks like people are talking about mulberries. It's awesome. Um, Happy Hen Homesteads in the house. I think Jesse's posting up a link. Anyway, thanks Jesse, Mod Father. Appreciate it. Um, I'm sorry if I missed you guys. If you're in the chat and I haven't said hello, I apologize. Moved from Colorado to Texas in 2018 on a complete leap of faith, not really knowing what we were going to do here to a place in the country. Long story short, 2020 happened. Yeah, that it's a good feeling to have a little bit of your own food growing. Uh, and for a lot of people, they realize it's time. It's time to do it. All right, Kate. Thanks. Yeah. Um, Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Um, I think I'm missing some comments here. Trying to string all this stuff together. Yep. Yeah, we had lots of great friends from the Philippines when we lived in Mira Mesa, Manila Mesa. Yeah, the wall prepper understands that. Yeah, you know what? There's a lot of Vietnamese there too now, and the the pho noodle soup there is just unreal. Some of the best pho soup I've ever had. All right, off the wall prepper. You're probably not in here anymore, but thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Um, it's really good to hear from you this morning. Uh, all right. Yeah, I know that StreamYard has background music, and I appreciate you letting me know there. I think it's Gary, right? Bastolite, um, in New Jersey, I believe it is. But yeah, I want it quiet right now. I was just talking earlier about be still and know that I'm God, and um, there's another verse that we were talking about yesterday. What was it? Um, Exodus chapter 20, verse 19. Um, and it was the Israelites telling Moses, "You speak to us. If we hear from God, we'll die." And just reminded me that so often we want to hear a good sermon, a good podcast, read a good book, uh, but we neglect to pray or read the Bible. And it was a real wake up call for me and for a lot of other guys that we were talking about it when we were talking about it yesterday. And yeah, it was it was it was great to think about how um, yeah, we can go right to the source. Anyway, um, we heat our birds from the inside out, heated water and some corn to warm them if below zero. Yeah, corn definitely helps for sure. Our chickens love the corn. Actually, they got a mouse and they didn't even eat it right now. So I think that they're just looking for the grains when it's so cold right now, because different times of the year they will all fight over when they get a mouse. So um, click on the brand. Uh, I'm not sure what you mean, Gary. Um, yeah, Linda Vista does. They have that sandwich shop. What's it called? I think it. I think it burned down, but I think they rebuilt it. Anyway, they got really good Vietnamese sandwiches there. You're right. Linda Vista has a lot of Vietnamese stuff. Hey, LG Homestead's in here this morning. Good morning, LG Homestead. Anthony's here. Good morning, Anthony. You're a little bit late, like you were last week. Good morning. Have a Vietnamese coworker started a restaurant serving Vietnamese called Bowl of Pho. Yeah, um, I love the pho noodle soup. It's super good. I thought I was caught up on comments. Yeah, yeah, there it is. That's how you spell it. Pho. Yep, I love the pho noodle soup. Um, all right, I am caught up on the comments. Zombie Prepper, so thankful that you joined us this morning. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you, brother. And you have a good day at work. And we'll catch you next time on a live. Um, yeah. So let's see. I had a chicken story. You're chasing around a chicken. What was that story about? There's something that happened. Um, I forget. I should have written it down. Fear ye not, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. I believe I'm thinking of Exodus 13. Yeah, I think so, Chuck. Exodus chapter 20 was the yeah, Israelites were telling Moses that you speak to us. We don't want to hear from God. And I was reading a devotional from Oswald Chambers, and he was talking about how we often want to hear want to hear other people's testimonies. Like we want to know what God's up to, right? What He's like and what He's doing, but we'd rather hear from His servants rather than Him, because if we hear from His servants, then we can say, "Oh, well, that's really your idea," and I don't doubt that God's truth's in there, but that's your idea, and I don't know if I really need to heed that. But if it's God directly speaking to us, then we've got two choices. One, we listen and obey, or two, we tell him, "No, I am not going to obey you." And we don't want to do that. We know that that's that's not that's not a good thing, and it doesn't feel good, right? It's so funny how we're all about the feels. People want to feel good. So um, yeah, so often we'll want to listen to uh, some great pastor or some read some book or something like that, because we can kind of pick and choose, right? But when it comes to God's word, we know better, or at least we should, that you can't pick and choose. All of it's truth. So um, I'm missing some of the chat here, and I'm bummed. Oh, I see. Brand is where you find the back. Yeah, I found it before, Gary, but um, I don't. I see it with there's a palette, right? And then I can go brand, and I can do I can do this, right? I can do all kinds of cool stuff. Um, and I can add a logo, but then I have to pay for StreamYard. You know what I can't find? If anybody can help me with this, like right, I can do some music. Yeah, I don't like having that on there in the background. That's my whole thing. I've got what a dozen to choose from or something. Feeding the ducks. Everybody want to hear the feeding the ducks background music? This is the one I've done when we're about to go live or something like that. Yeah, that's cool. It's kind of chill, right? But I don't like doing all that. You know what I can't find though is how to change. So when I click stop cam, right? I got this logo up here. You see my voice bouncing around outside of it. But that's my old logo. It's black and white, and I just threw that up there real quick. Does anybody know how to get to that where I can change it? Because I went into settings, I went into different places, I can't find it. So not that great with StreamYard. Probably need to watch some Mr. Boots and Bounty. Probably has talked all about that. But yeah, I'm missing a bunch of comments again. Sorry, everybody. It seems like most of you are talking to each other, all that, so that's good. But all right, Steven. Yeah, thanks for joining. Appreciate that. I don't know if I like this new style. What is it called? Minimal or something? The black banner at the bottom. But Ohio Hunting Outdoors, just type AZ. There you go. You did it. Oh, and Dale's here. Good morning, Ann Dale. I'm so glad that you're here. No worries about being late. No worries at all. We started actually at 6 a.m. this morning, so I've been on for a while. It's been an hour and a half. So trying to get up the watch hours and just wanting to see if different people would connect at a different time. So it's just start early. Hey, thanks, Sunshine. I appreciate that. When I leave you playing, go make breakfast for my brother and I. All right, Rebecca. Yeah, so good to have you in here. Appreciate that. And if anybody else wants to come up on panel this morning, I'll post that up right here. Just ask for you to be appropriate, be appropriately dressed. Don't be swearing or cussing. It's a family show here. We got young ones watching, different people's children and things like that. So let's keep it clean, keep it a family show. But yeah, there's a StreamYard link if anybody wants to come up and say good morning face to face. That would be great. And I thought that I had pinned that before, but apparently I did not. So I'm gonna try pinning it again. Maybe it'll work. Probably have to do it on my phone, don't I? Let's see. There we go. Now it's pinned to the top. Thank you, Jesse. I appreciate that, everybody. Let's see if I can tell how many likes we have in there. Showing 16 so far, but let's see. Open it up again. Well, we have 29. Awesome. Oh man, Catfish Terry's live. I'm missing Catfish Terry's morning coffee time. Anybody else watch Catfish Terry? 22 people. Yep, we got 22 people in the house. Oh, I think Gary's on here. Gary, you coming up? Gotta go collect some water from the creek. All right. Yeah, Laura. Well, say hello to Chris for me. And yeah, we'll see you on your next video. Thanks for coming in. I got a couple people down here that want to come up on panel. All right, Robert. Yeah. No worries there. Let's see. We got Rebecca Davis this morning. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Sorry, I don't have my camera.
Hey, no worries, Gary. I appreciate you being on there. And you know what? I love both of you. You guys are awesome. And I need to go and get something real quick. So I'm gonna just stop my cam, but you guys go ahead and keep the chat.
I'm going to turn on the chat.
How are you, Rebecca? Good morning.
Oh, I'm doing great.
Again, sorry, I don't have a face. I'm on an Xbox and it doesn't have a camera.
Oh, okay.
If you can picture that.
Yes, I know what an Xbox is. I've never owned one. I'm not into really into gaming and stuff like that.
Me neither.
I just
I use it to navigate my internet on the TV.
Oh, interesting. Well, I
Yeah,
can
that's
understand your TV doesn't have a camera,
that's
so
correct. That's right.
and you can't put stuff into the chat either. So, but yeah,
That's right.
my brother knows computers a lot more than I do.
Actually, I
And
can put things into chat, and I can share screen as well.
oh
It's like a
wow.
laptop, just limited.
Oh, it's limited. We have
Yeah.
a desktop that my brother has a really good camera on, and I'm on my phone right now.
Yep.
Um, so it's interesting, and he hasn't turned the computer on. But the first time that I ever went live, I was really nervous, but everybody says you didn't look it, and
You're doing fine.
yeah,
You look well.
thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. You're welcome.
I kind of had a little mishap, and I cracked number 9 rib, and everybody was like, "What?"
Yeah, that sucks. That
Yes,
hurts.
it does. It certainly does, and
Been there, done that a couple of times.
How'd you do that, Rebecca?
I was stumbling and hit the corner of the back of my my minivan.
Ouch.
No.
Yeah. So trying to breathe is not easy.
Don't cough.
Oh, definitely not. Or
Put a
sneeze. It's
Yeah.
little
like,
bit of basic first aid. Use a pillow and put it against your chest and cough if you have to,
if you have to.
and hold it real firm.
Real firm. Because they give you, when you've had open heart surgery, they give you that pillow.
That's right. That's right.
There's a reason for it.
Pillow.
Yeah.
There's a reason for it.
I've cracked ribs before, Rebecca. I know exactly how you feel. And the coughs you can kind of avoid, you can kind of, go without coughing, but the sneezes,
Oh my gosh.
so hard to avoid sneezing, right?
Try getting up in and out of bed.
I usually roll. I usually roll to my side.
That's it. You roll. Exactly.
You roll to your side, and then you push yourself up. And
I used to just slide my legs off the bed and let gravity literally bring me to the floor to my knees, so I wouldn't have to use my torso at all.
yeah, it puts, when you see the chat on this, it puts you in the back where you can see yourself, but it's blackened out.
Yep. Well, you're not missing much not seeing me, Rebecca. So
that's fine. I just didn't know what would end up happening. I guess because on my phone you can only have so much things. Someone just said those darn minivans.
Those
do it to you every time. Yes, they do. Well, there was one time the cushion, the shock absorbers that keep it up, it came back down and I hit my head.
Yeah.
Would Pathway say? Praying for health. Cracked and broken ribs are so painful. Gary and I both have had cracked ribs.
Yeah, Gary and Cindy over at Pathways Homestead.
There's another Gary. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's some amazing homesteaders, and they're really doing it, and they have for decades. They've been homesteading on big properties, small properties, leased land, and all kinds of stuff. But I imagine that they have cracked ribs the way that they live, for sure.
Yeah.
Anthony says that's shocking. Ha ha ha.
So we have some of those shocks on our. I know exactly what you're talking about, Rebecca, because I have some on my hood that I need to replace, and I don't know why they put those on hoods. I would prefer that they just put the the big long pole that you put into a hole on your hood or whatever, and do that way. Oh, I see your cat.
Yeah, that was Gigi.
Gigi. And I was working on our on my truck, and it was falling down when I was replacing my radiator. And of course, I got a stick. I know better, but my friend asked me, "Why don't you replace those? They're not that expensive." And I had replaced a bunch in the 90s when I worked for a car lot, and they were real expensive. They're $50 a piece or something. And I said, I just, for how infrequently I use my hood, I will just put a stick there. It's fine. I'm not going to go and spend $100 on those shocks. And then I looked it up, and they're $7 a piece, and I felt kind of humiliated that I didn't know they were so inexpensive. But I still haven't replaced them, so I guess I'm going to use a stick for a while. But I hope I don't hit my head or crack my ribs or something like that, because that is painful.
It
Just
certainly is.
Ben's over said good morning. I didn't see that. I'm sorry. That was about 3 minutes ago or 4 minutes ago.
Yeah,
Ben's over
it's
8.
no, it's definitely no fun with a rib hurting. It's just not.
Hey, you know, I have a video of the particular time I broke my rib, but it wasn't the video when I broke it, but it was doing the same thing. Maybe I should share that with you. It's a rock climbing video. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually broke myself while just putting enough pressure while I was twisting. I didn't hit anything. I just twisted so hard.
Are you
I broke my
serious?
rib.
Oh, I thought you had fallen off a rock or something.
No, you should see, maybe I'll share it with you if it'll work. If I disappear, that means I'm on another tab. Xbox.
Yeah.
That's an Xbox thing.
No worries.
And
No
then I'll
worries.
come back.
All right.
If that's okay.
That's just fine. Yeah.
Give me a moment here.
Not too many times do people see my hair down. Today I just felt like, hey, I'm gonna have it down.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good. So have you put up a video yet, Rebecca?
We are trying to figure out on the camera that I used when I was live with PT and Lydia.
Yes.
Someone said all I got to do is get into StreamYard, which I need to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do a live first where everybody can get to know me.
Yeah.
You know, and then I won't have to have that first video up, and you know, and then I can get more comfortable with this. And
sure. Yeah. Well, you always seem very comfortable on the live streams whenever you're on ours. But if you need any help, feel free to email me or whatever, and I can help you with the StreamYard stuff. It was a little bit confusing for me in the beginning, but now that I got it figured out, yeah, StreamYard's pretty easy. The one thing I can't figure out is how to change my icon when I stop my camera. You know, this icon that's there.
I know that when you first put up your avatar, I did a hat that I have a friend has. Yeah. And I would think that I would probably be able to use that one. You know, so you'd have to probably go back into your settings for that avatar and change it to color for it to be able to be done. I'm thinking, you know, that's what I'm thinking you would have to do.
Yeah, I can't figure out how to do that because I've changed it on YouTube. Okay. But I can't change it here. There's Gary. He came back.
I'm back.
Hey, Gary.
See if this works. But go ahead, continue talking. I gotta see if this will work here.
Yeah, if you know, Gary, you know how you have your Bass Delight logo up right now? Do you know how to change that?
Say again?
Do you know how to change your logo that, you know,
yeah.
How do I go in and change that right now?
Like for yourself?
Yeah. So it's not a black and white.
Do you see yourself down below the small windows? Up in the right corner, there's 3 dots.
Yeah.
Click on that and it'll edit
there
name.
It is.
Okay.
Wow. Good work, Gary.
There you go.
Thank you.
And then you can change it to whatever. If you have any photos already in a folder somewhere, you can change it or whatever.
All right. Well, I will be doing that. I don't have.
We're anticipating. What are you going to put?
I'm waiting patiently.
I know. What's going to be?
You know what? I deleted a bunch of stuff to make room on this computer, so I gotta go and get it on there again. Oh well, I'm stuck with the black and white for now.
Okay.
But thank you. That really helped me out.
Yeah,
so it's good stuff. Right.
Let's see. Share screen works about 50% of the time on Xbox, so I'm going to try here.
I just think it's amazing that you're using Xbox for this. I didn't even know that.
Well, it was one of those epiphanies. I thought, wait a minute, I'm accessing the computer, the internet. So if I'm on the internet and I can bring up, all multiple tabs, how come I can't bring up StreamYard? And sure enough, StreamYard allows you to get on with just your profile picture, where YouTube live stream requires you to go live. They want a video before you can go live.
Yeah. Hey, good
Oh,
morning.
okay.
Good morning, Soil Sister. Black's Tropical Homestead's in the house now. Yeah, and Jesse, you're absolutely right. People helping people, it doesn't get any better than that. It's
Sure.
oh, okay. We had a video coming in.
Yep, it tried, but 50% of the time it'll work. Hold on. Don't let me interrupt. You tell me when you're ready, and I'll share it.
No
with
problem,
you.
Gary. Yeah, no. As soon as you have it up, we'll go for it.
Well, you can put it up whenever you want to put it up here. Tell me if it's up right now.
It's spinning. I see it spinning still.
Yeah, it's spinning. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna stay behind, and I'll stay behind so I can narrate what I'm. Hold on. There we go.
All right. Let's see. Oh, I hit add to stream and he disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
Wow.
Well,
learning all these things to navigate this computer system.
Yeah.
Most people look at me and go, "You're not." I'm in my 60s.
Yeah. I know. Well, you're doing better than
like what?
You're doing better than a lot then, because my in-laws they have to have myself or my sons come over and help them with their stuff, and they're in their 60s. So, goodbye, Jeremiah. I appreciate you being here. God bless you too. Yeah, it's there's so much, Rebecca, to have to learn with all this stuff, but I try to keep it simple. I set up a couple commands for Nightbot, and that was pretty fun. But hey, Gary.
Sorry.
No worries. I hit add to stream and you disappeared.
I know, it's the video. I'm going to stop clicking and just stay in the background and let the video play for you guys. How about that?
Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
I'm sorry. I'm interrupting, I'm sure, but
no problem at all. No problem at all. Well,
in fact, I wanted to ask you something, Nick.
Yeah.
When I do go live, I want you to be one of my moderators.
All right, you got it.
Absolutely. I've got one that I have known for since I started being on as a what do you call it, the joined person, not joined, but
when you're
subscriber
ready.
To Our Wyoming Life.
Uh-huh.
Is Lori Habel.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know her. So I asked her, you're the second person, so I'm going to make sure, I have people that I can trust, to have my back.
Well, thanks, Rebecca.
Not a problem.
I can't wait to see how many more lives you touch with your hats that you make with your yarn. It's just amazing.
I'm gonna get 2 hats because I don't think she is on here, so she's not gonna see these until she gets them.
Well, she might watch the replay.
I don't know. I don't think you follow her. Is
okay.
Blue Cactus Dairy.
Oh, Blue Cactus Dairy. No, I don't know of Blue Cactus Dairy.
She is in Arizona.
Oh, really?
And she raises Nigerian dwarf milk goats.
Okay. Yep.
So check her out. But I made this hat for her.
Nice.
And this one's for her. This one's for her daughter.
Oh, that's awesome.
She doesn't. There was one time that she was on a making her soap.
Uh-huh.
And she says, "Oh, this is my favorite color," and it's kind of that purplish color that's in here.
Yeah, I can see it.
So it was like, hey, so I made those hats for those two. And
Yeah, I thought it was gray at first, but it looks, I can see some purple in there.
yeah, there is. Let me see if I can find it up here.
Did you see the video that Lisa from Yogi Hollow Farm put up about ice fishing?
I did.
She was wearing her
I
hat.
made a comment that I've never done that.
I haven't either. I'd really like to, but I've never been out on the ice on a lake before.
Well, you got to definitely make sure it's thick enough.
Yeah. Well, she said it's 2 feet thick, and I guess that's thick enough. But I don't know anything about that, so we'll uh, we'll have to do that sometime. But she was wearing that hat that you sent her.
I know she was. But yeah, this is the yarn that I made that hat out of, and then just put another one with it.
Oh, okay, I see.
And it looked almost exactly like that. Her soap. And I thought, wow. Nice. I couldn't figure out anybody to make that hat with, that yarn with. And until she did that video about that soap, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's who it's supposed to go to. You don't know, because I look, this is a secret that I have, but everybody's going to finally figure it out, is I look at the clothes people wear.
Yeah.
I do. That's how, I look through multiple videos to see what color their clothes they wear. And that's how I know, And they're like, how did you get this so close to what I would want? It's, well.
See you, Freddie. Thanks for joining.
That's what my secret is.
Well, I think God has given you that gift for sure, Rebecca. And it's cool to hear about how he has provided you those particular yarns, right? You have them, and then you go, yes. I wonder who I'm going to make, a hat out of this yarn for. And then boom, you see somebody with the soap or somebody wearing something that, and I really do think that God's given you that gift, and you're not wasting it. You're using it for his glory.
I definitely am. This one, Abby, I can't remember her full channel, but Abby, she wanted green, blue, and purple. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to use this for someone's hat, but because what I'm going to end up doing is putting a lighter blue with this.
Okay.
It will kind of contrast this dark to making it look a little better. But yeah, this is going to be her yarn with some other color.
Yeah. Well, I really want to learn how to use this circle loom and make a hat myself. But you know what? I love your hat so much, and I have other, hats for cold weather, but I'm wearing yours all the time, and I'm wondering, well, what am I going to do if I make myself a hat? I'm not going to wear it. I'm going to wear Rebecca's hat that she made for me.
Well, the thing is that I make my own hats, and this is my favorite one.
Oh, that's pretty.
It's a yarn that, it's a heavier yarn. So that one, when it's really cold, I wear this one.
I'd like to learn how you make the different patterns. I'd like to make a camouflage.
Well, hat. that is because of the way the yarn is on the ball.
She'll do it for you.
Oh, wow. So
that is the ball that skein is, that's how it makes that pattern, is the way that I'm looping that yarn around on that loom. It just makes it. There's no way of getting around that because of the way that the yarn is. And this is my other favorite color, is yellow.
Nice.
If it's not so very cold, then I wear that one. And
do you get all of your yarn locally, or do you buy it online, or what?
I buy it out of the Salvation Army, the Goodwill.
Okay.
People give it to me when I go to one of the Salvation Army stores. We have two here, and the lady that is the manager over there, I can fill up a big bag for $10.
Is that right?
And then I of course, my brother, not me, but my brother will, when we have coupons from Michael's, I'll go there and it'll bring down the cost and things like that. I have a whole bunch of white.
Oh, really?
That I'm like trying to figure out what to do with. And probably what I'm going to end up doing is learning from some other people. I'm more of a person that has to see someone do it.
Okay. Yeah.
before I can do it. And I've never made a granny square, but I crochet. I knit, but I've never done a granny square before. So I want to learn how to do that, so I can make all these granny squares and then put them together for a blanket, where I could use that white in that granny square, and it not be so overwhelming of white.
Yeah. Do you know how to stain the yarn in a certain pattern or anything? Could you do that with the white?
I don't.
I
But
think that would be
I
a
guess
cool
you could.
video.
I guess you could do that with acrylics, with the acrylic yarns.
Okay. Huh. Well, I'm very curious. Gary, do you know how to crochet?
No, my mom and my grandma used to.
Huh.
Yeah. They used to make the squares, the granny squares. And
Yeah.
matter of fact, I have some blankets right over there that my mom made, the throw blankets.
Yeah, my grandma was a quilter on my dad's side, and she taught me how to sew, and I can sew pretty well, but I can't crochet. I've never tried, and
I can thread a bobbin and operate a sewing machine.
Yeah.
My mom taught me that. Not too many people can thread a bobbin.
Can you do a manual machine that's not electric powered? I haven't tried one of those before, but I saw one for sale the other day.
With the pedal?
You gotta hand crank it, right?
Right.
But
or up the foot, yeah.
Right, or the treadle, right, with the foot.
Right.
But Rebecca keeps telling me that these round looms making hats are the easiest thing in the world, and I need to try that, because I tell you, this hat I have from Rebecca, it is so soft and so comfortable, and if they're so easy to make, I don't know, I might have to make a few and give them out as gifts myself.
When I was on that live with that Lydia and TT, they weren't totally listening to my thing that you've got to wrap it all the way around, and Lydia had holes in hers, and I says, you're going to have to take it back out. You've got to come back to that peg and anchor it, because you're going to skip places. You're not going to be able to remember where you're at, and it keeps unraveling, so you have to go all the way to the end and then put it on that peg, and then hook them over. And if you see that space, that yarn isn't in front, you're going to have to undo it and come back and wrap it all the way around. It's called an E-wrap.
Okay. See, we need to have a video on this, Rebecca.
Yes,
you gotta make a video.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to it. Why can't you make a video with your phone or whatever you're using right now?
I've tried. I don't. Okay. Maybe I'm not doing all the steps that I need to do, or there's too much, apps in there and stuff.
Okay, I see. Yep.
So I'll figure this out. I'll figure out what I've got to do to get my first video up.
Well, the longer you wait, the more views you're probably going to have, because all of us are chomping at the bit wanting to see the round loom video. So, you know, maybe you've got a good strategy there, just kind of keeping us on the edge of our seat waiting.
Okay.
Just a quick comment. I was reading the comments on what my voice sounds like. I got everything from a terrible Ted Nugent to a rich and something radio voice by Rise and Shine.
I missed all those comments.
I know, I had to scroll back. Actually, Rise and Shine, you're not the first person to tell me that. Ever since when chat rooms first made their debut back in the 90s, I had people telling me or commenting on my voice. And I give credit to the headset and the microphone that I'm using. Otherwise, I don't have this voice in real life. It must be over the air or over the phone or over a mic thing, because anyways, thank you.
Well, your voice does sound pretty good, Gary, but you know, I've actually seen what your face looks like on your live, and you know,
it doesn't compare.
You don't have a face for radio or anything.
No,
so, I mean,
not at all.
You know, it's probably, you know, it's all the people that have a face for radio that go into announcing and things like that, I guess. But Jesse almost beat me to it. Gary must have a face for radio. No, he does not. Well, I can verify he doesn't have a face for radio.
In other words, I'm ugly.
No, I would not say so.
No, it doesn't match. Yeah, it doesn't match.
Yeah. Yeah. Pathways Homestead says you could do lives, Rebecca. Yeah, you should get
I
Yeah, just go to
certainly
my
can.
channel. You'll see what I look like.
You
Yep.
know, I definitely probably could, do lives, and it took to make that one baby hat with them, because I was talking also, was 2 hours and 9 minutes from start to finish.
Yeah.
And there was one other time that I timed myself to see how long it takes to make one of those larger hats, and it was about the same time.
Okay.
So it's pretty quick, and it's a lot of fun talking
Yeah.
to people. I'm more of a visual person. I don't
Yep.
like to chat.
Yeah.
That's not me, and stuff like that. I'd rather see the person,
Posting.
Oh.
I'm not laughing at you, dear. I'm
I know
looking at the
you're not.
comments, and people are starting to post. Look at Gary. Look at here. Go to his channel.
Robert from Homestead Aquarius says, I have a face for radio. I don't know about that. Well,
Yeah, I can't stop this gray. It keeps coming in from everywhere.
Well, Rebecca, I think it would be great for you to do a live stream with your round loom and make a hat on a live stream, and just tell us what you're doing, and don't worry about the chat and what other people are talking about. They can talk with each other, but you can just, keep talking about, whatever is going on in your world and making a hat. And I tell you what, I would love just watching that live stream, and then we could replay it too if we want to, if we don't catch it at that moment. So yeah, I think Gary and Cindy over there at Pathways Homestead really have a good idea. You could do lives just like you're doing now, but on your own channel. And if you want help with StreamYard, seriously, I could help you get set up with that.
And figuring out what is the best time to do that, and I'm up early because these dogs start barking up here in the living room and going, I need to go out and do my business. And I've had to literally separate my two dogs. One sleeps on the floor in the living room and the other one's in the pen that I have.
Okay.
They went out in the yard one night and started fighting. And I'm like, what in the heck is going on with you boys?
Yeah. Well,
so I'm now separated them, where one goes out, does his business, and the other one goes out, and because it's my older dog that ended up getting the worst of it, and I'm not putting up with that. Nope.
Well,
boys will be boys.
We've got a similar situation with our younger dog Scout, and he'll want the older dog to play, and then they'll get into it because she's got bad hips and it hurts, and so. Yeah,
that's probably what's happening. That's probably what's happening with Blue in Denver, because Blue is almost 3.
Okay.
And Denver's around 7.
Yeah.
So he didn't want to play, and he had gotten a little puncture up by his eye. He's doing okay because I did the hydrogen peroxide on there and stuff, and he seems to be doing okay. But it's like, hey, separate. I'm just not gonna put up with that type of fighting. And if I'm out there, then they'll be out there together, and it's like, hey, leave it, and
if you're up early, I'd say, I didn't want to do an early live stream, to be honest. I didn't think very many people would show up. It seems like a lot of the people that are part of this community with us are up really late at night, and I don't know how they do it when they've got animals to tend to in the morning, but it seems like they are up late at night. And I thought, oh, well, I don't want to step on other people's toes and go live when other people are going live. I'm probably gonna have to go live in the middle of the day or something in the afternoon, or I don't know. And then I just said, you know what? I'm up early before my family's up, and before my responsibilities start at work. I'm just gonna go live in the morning and see what happens. And this morning we had 25 people on here at one time, and I couldn't believe it. So it's definitely one of those things that I feel like now, knowing what I do, I'd say just go whenever it works best for you, and when you can be consistent. Because if you're consistent, then all these people that join, at this time of day, chances are that on a Thursday morning again at this time, they'll be available probably again, because most people's schedules stay pretty consistent, and so that's what I'd recommend. If you have a consistent time during the week that you can do it, then do it. And if you can't, just tell people, hey, we're not going to have a live stream this morning. People are very understanding from what I've found. I have to get going to work, speaking of. So I'm going to have to end the live stream. As much fun as I'm having here with Rebecca and Gary being on this morning. Thank you both for coming up. That means so much to me. And can't wait to have you both up here again sometime. But yeah, maybe next time we'll be able to see you, Gary.
I know I will. As soon as I get a gadget, I'll be able to video. Excuse me.
Yeah, you and Rebecca have like the opposite issue going on. Like Rebecca, her camera she needs for making videos, not live stream, and you need a camera for live stream. So
actually, lazy days. I was trying to share screen again, and it dropped me off. So, but I like the comment. I had to drop because my camera started to work, and he didn't want us to see him. Oh no,
all right,
I have no problem.
I'm gonna end the stream for now, everybody. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you next Thursday morning. All right, everybody. God bless you. Bye.
See you guys. Bye.
Talk to you then.